Where's Mummy? Where's Mummy?
Hey, Mommy.
Mummy, say hi, Mummy.
Hi, Mommy.
Oh, Dexter's come to join us. What do you say? You say?
Good
Good boy. Try one more time.
boy.
Ow. Pen. Clever boy. There you go. What's that? It's a bear. Banana. See you later. So today I wanted to make a video on an update of Seb's speech delay. I did a video on Seb's speech delay when he was 24 months old. He is now 28 months old. I didn't open that for you, did I? Open. So that was 4 months ago now. There you go. Do you say thank you? Thank you. At that time, Seb only had maybe like 10 to 20 words. Now I would say that Seb, it's difficult to count the number of words because he repeats so much of what I say. But I will say that his speech has grown quite dramatically since the last video that I did. If you're watching this video, maybe you have a child with a speech delay, and if you do and you've Googled, you will know that speech delay is often synonymous with autism. Now, if you're new to our situation, you won't know that Dexter, who you saw in the beginning of the video, he is my almost 4-year-old son, and he does have a diagnosis of autism. Dexter is still currently non-verbal, although his receptive language and his general communication, non-verbal communication, we have seen huge improvements in. Primarily it's down to just nurturing his strengths, loving him for who he is, supporting him in a total communication environment, and also of course his own natural brain development as he is getting older. So it is nice to see those changes in him. Sebby, you're making stuff! But we're here to talk about Sebby! Seb still has a speech delay in that. Yeah, I know, that's you, isn't it? That's Sebby and Mummy. He doesn't have as wide a vocabulary and isn't putting complex sentences together in the way that a lot of his peers are. So he doesn't talk about past events or future events. He couldn't, for example, tell me what he did at nursery that day, or what he'd had to eat or anything like that. To be honest, I don't know what age children are supposed to be doing a lot of these things. I just know that his peers in terms of speech do seem to be a little bit further ahead than Sebby is. When Dexter was Seb's age, I felt it was Dexter's receptive language, what he could understand was far greater than what he could express. Whereas with Seb, I feel like it's like more of an even keel. As Seb learns to understand more, he speaks more, and I think he can generally, not quite, because children always understand more than they can say, but generally the two are progressing alongside each other. As his understanding is growing, so is his speech. Show me! Where's Sebby?
Hey, puppy.
Where's Sebby? Hi! So you will notice when you hear Seb speak that there is, he isn't particularly clear. Really common among this age group. Oh, round and round. Nothing I'm concerned about at the moment. He still speaks in a lot of jargon. He will have big long conversations with me, and I haven't a clue for the most part what he's saying. Maybe I can pick out the odd keyword. But I will say, when I look back to the video that I made 4 months ago, in 4 months we have had a lot of progression in terms of speech. So I can only imagine what another 4 months, a year, 2 years. I'm genuinely not concerned about Seb's speech development. I do think he's just progressing at his own pace. Well, all children progress at their own pace, including my autistic son and other autistic children. They're just doing everything in their own time and their own way, and that's absolutely fine. But we do need to identify different neurotypes, different types of brain wiring, so that we can help those children that need that little bit of extra help, like Dexter. Of course, when a child has a speech delay, you start thinking about autism. It's impossible to Google speech delay and not at least consider autism, especially when Google tells you that every single behavior is basically a trait of autism. I will say at this point, I do not believe that Seb is autistic. I do think he is fairly typical. Oh no, where is Pepper? I love that my children have very, very different personalities and very different strengths. Have you broken that? I call Dexter my little thinker, my little dreamer. He's always there working things out on his own and memorizing lots of information. Sebby, he is our little joker, aren't you? Seb likes to make people laugh. He likes to play the clown. He's a lot of fun to be around. Are you mocking me? Oh, it's a dinosaur! You know, I certainly don't love them any differently, and I don't get any less joy out of the child that has a diagnosis. We have different challenges to address, but we also have different strengths that we work with. Yeah. In there, yeah. As you can see, Seb is very expressive. He is very open to following instructions and following directions. He is a big mimicker. He mimics almost everything you say, almost everything you do. That is how Seb learns. Can you go, ah?
Ow, ow.
Ow.
Let's see.
What did you do? Oh, do you want Mommy to kiss it better? Oh, you're putting that on there like the ice pack. When they put an ice pack on at nursery. Yeah? Is that what you do? You're so cute. Seb also doesn't display any other atypical behaviours, so that is another thing that makes me think it is a speech delay on its own, rather than a speech delay alongside a neurodevelopmental condition. Can you say Daddy?
Daddy.
Dexter?
No.
No. So Seb is very clear at making his needs known. Even with very little language, it is easy for him to communicate what it was he needs, what he is feeling, when he needs attention, whereas Dexter finds all those things a little bit harder. Seb is also, since the last update, starting to put two words together. He doesn't do it all that often, but he will say things like, train mummy, or he will say like, spider there, or something like that. He will... Night-night! Night-night! He's gone night-night, hasn't he? We're in the UK, and speech therapy is very hard to get hold of here. There are long waiting lists, and at present I do not feel like Seb would hugely benefit from speech therapy. I think he will get there in his own time. If he was maybe getting very, very frustrated at not being able to communicate, then I would maybe look into it a bit further. We have seen the health visitor, and the health visitor is not concerned. We have been given speech therapy exercises for Seb. Just very simple things we were taught with Dexter, like simplifying language where possible, repeating words clearly and several times. And that's where we are at with all of that. Shall we do some words? Can you say iggle piggle? Can you say, what if we do ready, steady,
Go.
go? So I'll do another update on Seb if people are interested in seeing his progress and how his speech and his communication develops. I will be doing another update in about, I don't know, should we leave another 4 months, 6 months, something like that? And then we can catch up with where Seb is at. You do hear stories of children that maybe had speech delays or other things going on, and their difficulties don't become apparent until they are older, so I haven't totally ruled out, we haven't ruled it out that there might be some sort of neurodiversity going on in that little brain of yours, but it doesn't seem like that is the case so far. However, yes, I will keep doing these updates, and if I notice anything, I will keep you all posted. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with another video soon. Say bye!